What's up, everybody? Welcome to the team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about the top 8 decks from São Paulo regionals that happened this last weekend. We've had back-to-back regionals. It's 4 weekends in a row that we've had regionals. We've had Brisbane, Salt Lake City, Liverpool, and now São Paulo. So a lot of stuff happening in Pokemon. It's exciting to be back and covering everything and talk about the decks that are winning. But unfortunately, our time has come to the end because now we have to wait. We have to wait now until April 22nd. That is the next big tournament, and then is actually the European International Championships in Frankfurt in Germany. So that's going to be really exciting to see. I imagine it will be streamed, hopefully, right? It'll probably streamed, right? So yeah, I'm excited for that. That's the next regionals, is International Championships. So we got a minute. We got 2 weeks until then. So yeah, we got 2 weeks to kill till then. But you know what? Let's cover the top 8 decks that happened this weekend. There's still a lot of stuff happening in America, of course. A lot of leagues are not leagues. Places are having like the 1K events, which is pretty cool. You have whatever movies. So Folka Games doing their tournaments, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff happening in America they could do. And I'm ready for like Cups to be back. That's my big thing. I'm ready for League Cups to be back. But anyways, here are the top decks from São Paulo. Now this is thanks to Limitless. Always Limitless. Big shout out to Limitless for always covering the events and getting this information. So top 8, we actually covered this deck yesterday. It is the Whimsicott Arceus deck. Really fun deck. I liked it a lot playing it yesterday. You have Whimsicott where you can attach special energies and tool cards and stuff like that. Hammers for disruption, fan waves for disruption as well. Even with all the discard special energies. Yeah, Thiago came out with a very interesting deck, and I like it a lot. I actually think there was another, maybe I'm crazy. I thought there was another Whimsicott player that did good, but I guess not. But still, fantastic Thiago. And top in 7th place, that's a really interesting deck that we haven't covered yet, and I imagine we will cover it. And that is going to be an Urshifu Arceus Croat VMAX deck. Just trying to take advantage of weaknesses and consistency and stuff like that. Like you have the Arceus, Arceus is good, it's great. Then you have cards like Crobat, you have Crobat VMAX, Stealth Poison. It's not really what we're here for, but max credit is 180. Times 2 for weakness from you, doing 360, you start taking knockouts. It also makes it where your Crobat V can't be knocked out as easily. There's a 2-1 Urshifu VMAX. This is a really good card because you're going to take knockouts on Arceus, right? You're going to Gale Thrust for 150 times 2, 300, so that's going to knock them out, which is pretty good. Dunsparce isn't there for weakness, I guess, if you want to counter, if you want to protect your Arceus, which is a pretty interesting thing to do. I do like the pink Pumpkaboo in here. Pumpkaboo can bump past the peak, and then be able to use your, Starbirth, you can bump Path and then Starbirth and then put Path back down or something crazy like that. Yeah, so this is a Urshifu VMAX Arceus deck. And also you can attack with the regular Urshifu too. It does 150, so that's enough as well to start taking knockouts on the Arceus. The only thing of Arceus are Big Charmed. They have 310. But that's where Zagoon does come in place because they do 310. And you're taking knockouts, which is pretty cool. I like... this is a very interesting deck. It's not like Robin's list at all. Robin played Urshifu and Teleon. Zora's tearing up the chair right now next to me. She's getting her scratches out. Do you feel better? She said, I feel better. Okay. So yeah, really cool deck. I like this a lot. Like I said, you can attack with Urshifu, the VMAX. They will take knockouts. Gmax Rapid also can knockouts bench Pokemon, if you're playing against Rapid Strike, Malamar, this could help as well. Take 2 big knockouts in a turn, something like that. Crobat VMAX, taking Muse and stuff like that. So a really interesting deck. It does play Fighting, Dark, DTE, and Rapid Strike energies. So there's a lot happening with it. But yeah, test it out, have some fun. That was Dalton. Yeah. All right, so Paulo played. Oh, Paulo and Pedro. Did they play the same deck? Let's see. No, it does not look like. Okay, so they play this same kind of Arceus Birds thing, right? You got the Arceus and Teleon for consistency. Then you have one Moltres V for Dire Flame Wings, one Zapdos V to hit for Arceus' weakness. You have Moltres, you have Clara, so this is going to help you with the Mew matchup. Hoopa is just there for consistency. It also is a good one-price stacker against like Malamar and stuff like that too. 2 Clairs is great to bring back those Moltresses if you want to. Let's see what else we got in here. Both lists also played Raihan. I didn't talk about the last list either. Played Raihan too. And Training Court to get back those energies. And I like the one of Water Energy because it makes you use Aqua Bullet. Aqua Bullet's a good attack again because like a snipe Pokemon. I don't know if it like makes the math any better or anything, but 20 could help. I don't know like the numbers on it just on top of my head right now. But it is a water Pokemon that can attack and another base or another non 2-price Pokemon. I like all these 2-price decks too. Like they only give 2 price cards, right? This is 280 HP. Only gives 2 price cards. 200, 220, a little bit lower, but that's okay. Echoing Horn too, so you can like punish like your opponent. Like if they, if you discard something, you can Echoing Horn back out, bring it back out, take a knockout, stuff like that. It is only 2/2, so you have to get that RCS. Make sure you get it turn 1. So yeah, congratulations. Let's see what's in 5th place. We got another RCS Birds. I don't know what you call this deck. I don't know what you call it. So pretty much looks similar. It plays B-Barrel and Inteleon. It plays both. The counts might be a little bit different. Like looks like the ball count might be somewhat different. This one plays an Energy Switch. Oh, did the other one play Energy Switch? Oh man, I love me some Energy Switch. Let's go open as image. Okay. So yeah, no Energy Switch in this list. Okay. I always like me a one of Energy Switch. It's just like, especially in like closed tournaments, because like, or closed deck lists, you never know what's gonna happen. You can, Giselle for the Energy Switch and attack out of nowhere if need be with the Arceus, right? Like if you get turn Arceus, but you don't have the energy turn 2, you can like Dire Flame Wings, Energy Switch, DTE, take a knockout or swing or something. So that's pretty cool. There's a Cape of Toughness. Oh, right, that's pretty cool. Except for GX Pokemon, the base Pokemon get 15 more HP. Means your Zapdos has 250, which means it doesn't get one-shot by an Arceus. So like, it can take 2 knockouts. Because like with Arceus in a choice spell, you can knock out a Galarian Zapdos with a Big Charm. But Cape of Toughness says, no, not today. And also Cape of Toughness gets Galarian Moltres V to 70 HP. I don't know if that really matters too much. Because you really like this Moltres over in that matchup instead. Like usually one knockout, then you start something like Moltres is like good enough. So yeah. And then let's see. 1 Marnie, 1 Raihan, 3 Surge, 2 Claire, 2 Boss. This also played Training Court. 1 Water, 1 Fighting. 1 Fighting. Did those only play 1 Fighting too? Let's see here. Kind of jump around between lists. This one played 1 Fighting as well. Okay, so we're saying 1 Fighting it is. But yeah, congratulations to Pedro and Paulo for the RCS Birds deck. Now in 4th place, we actually have a big surprise, and that is our Mutagenisect. And it looks like it's the only non-Brazil player from Peru. Ah, fantastic. All right. The only non-Brazil player in day 2 was Fabrizio. I hope I said that right. I apologize. With their Mew deck. Let's see. So it's got Mew or Choreo. It looks like they cut VMAX. Oh, it has one of my favorite things in here. It has 4 Tower of Darkness, which I love this card a lot. Mew just like help you get that extra oomph, like the extra like drawing, which is really cool. I like that a lot. The Tool Jammer is like pretty interesting. It can help get through Big Charms if need be, which I imagine is a really big thing here. But yeah, 4 Tower of Darkness to help you like against Path to Defeat decks. So that's pretty cool. And then 1 copy of Judge. That's pretty neat because sometimes your opponent's going to manipulate the top card of their deck, right? And then you can like Marnie, like who cares? But Judge can mess them up completely. So that's pretty cool. And you don't really care because you have Genesect. I see some of those play the 1 of Judge. So it's nice to see that. We see 1 Echoing Horn too to get out Pokemon and take knockouts if need be. So this is a really interesting list with the 1 Judge and the 4 Tower of Darkness, especially the Tool Gem. That's a card I haven't seen in Mew yet. There's 1 less escape rope than usual, but still, it's whatever. Just be careful with your GTEs, and you should be fine. In 3rd place, surprise, we have Jolteon. I didn't say who it was. Leonardo. There we go. So Leonardo playing, good old Jolteon VMAX. So we're playing one judge as well. Once again, we're going to get rid of, like, the Rotom phones and stuff like that. Like, I imagine this to help to get some Mew, because one thing Mew can do to help in the matchup is, like, put a stadium card up top so they can, like, get out of peak next turn if they've already peaked them. But, like, Leonardo was like, hey, I'm just going to judge them. Like, if I judge them after they Rotom phone, then they don't guarantee that top card, which is very disruptive to them. We see 4 quick, 4 level, 4 evolution instance, and 1 ultra ball. Pretty neat there. Just a 1 of ultra ball. I guess just more outs, right? Just 1 more out. There's really no, like, because sometimes if people play ultra ball, it's like get B-Barrel and stuff like that. So I don't know. It doesn't help with any of those numbers. But it is another ball search card that gets anybody in the deck. 2 research, 2 balls, 2 Cheryl, 2 Marnie, 1 judge. So you only have, what, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 supporter, like, draw supporter cards. But I think it's fine with, like, 1 energy search and elemental badge. Like, you're gonna find your Pokemon and, like, start attacking. 2 Zigzagoon to ping, so your Jolteon VMAX to start doing stuff. And I imagine this is a really good deck, especially with Malamar being so hype right now. So Malamar probably needs to play, like, a Manaphy going forward, but I don't know if the 1 of Manaphy is really going to matter. If I'm being honest, like, 2 quick shootings and, like, a Teleon and, like, a Zigzagoon ping is a knockout, right? Because that's 70 HP, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, cool. I like to see Jolteon. Jolteon was, like, pretty much an underrated deck, and, like, you had to be, like, somewhat scared to play Jolteon, especially Urshifu winning last week. But I imagine, like, people, like, how often do people change their decks because a week before something else won? That's a big question. I don't know. But in second place, we have Ricardo playing Mew Genesect, right? Yep, Mew Genesect. And let's go open as image. So we see this split of the old cemetery and Rose Tower. This is just so you can, like, bump a stadium card if need be. When the 2 switch is 2 escape rope. We see, you know, the 4 tablets. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty similar to the other list, except the other one played, like, 1 less escape rope for a judge. Instead of the 2 towers, they played the 4 of the other thing. And I think everything else is pretty much the same. Just showing, you know, Mew, I think, I'm not saying we found the optimal Mew list, but it is getting closer and closer to it every single time, right? Like, I feel like we're getting very close to, like, having the perfect, like, Mew list. Like, Oricorio is good to help tank and stuff like that, right? And they have to do extra 20, which that might not seem like a lot, but especially, like I said with Malamar, like, that could change things drastically. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I want to test out. I need to test out some more Mew decks. That's what I really, really need to do. But yeah, Mew. Second place Mew. After coming, like, where did it come out last week in Liverpool? It got 2 top 8s. Got a 3rd in that. In Salt Lake City, it got none. Okay. And then in Brisbane, well, of course, Mew. So now we're kind of back where Mew is back kind of on top, which is pretty interesting to see. But in first place, we have Bruno with his Arceus and Teleon deck, which we covered on Monday. Deck is really consistent, really good. I'm just saying, hey, I'm going to make this big Pokemon with big charms, playing Sharon's Care to heal my guys if need be. Dunsparce, so I don't have weakness. Path to the Peak, so we shut down abilities. Melanie helps get that turn 2, like, attack off if need be. If you miss the energy, that is something possible to do there. Raihan to help accelerate. And just overall, a very good deck. Just really consistent, like, nothing techie here. We're just going to beat all the other Arceus decks who play our own Dunsparce, so they can't hit weakness for us. We now have Sharon's Care, so we can heal our Arceus, while the other ones are not, and stuff like that. So, if you're playing Arceus, this might be the way to go. They did say it's a bad matchup against Mew, because, like, I think Mew can, like, take advantage, like, knocking out a bench Arceus and, like, then going crazy and knock out the active Arceus or something like that, and then, like, try to clean up with a 3rd Arceus that they get powered up or something like that. It's pretty interesting. I think that is something that they could do, right? Knock out a bench that you're, like, didn't evolve to a V-Star, right? And then they can knock out the Arceus in the active or something with, like, a bunch of stuff. Or, like, they knock out 2 bench, and then, like, the active, they just, like, play, like, 18 power tablets and knock you out. So I think it is, like, somewhat of a sketchy matchup. Don't get it wrong, but, I mean, Peak does help there for sure. Like, I kind of want to cut the collapse for a 3rd Peak, but the Peak is good to counter, like, not counter, to get rid of your damaged Arceus if need be. So that's a big thing. And also just counter other decks too of the collapse stadium. But 3 It's pretty good. So that is the top 8 of Sao Paulo. A lot of interesting things have happened in the past 4 weeks. Like, we went from, Mew was everywhere to no Mew, right? We went to Mew 1. It's a pretty cool thing to see. So Mew 1, right? And then the Salt Lake City, well, Arceus Gengar 1, which is, just kind of a techie Arceus deck. Then in Liverpool, we saw a Rapstrike Urshifu Teleon. It's more like a Teleon box deck. And then in Sao Paulo, we're just playing pure consistency, which I think is interesting because at the beginning of like all of this, like people thought this was the best version of Arceus and Teleon. I think at Brisbane we saw one here, and that was it. Mitch, right? Mitch was hyping it up, playing it, and it looks like he's pretty much playing like the same list we almost saw win, right? Very, very close. So this you see the evolution of these decks, right? And then down below you can see all the other list that have been presented so far. Arceus Duraludon, how we have fallen. How close are these lists? They're playing the mustard. Oh, Zapdos V. Okay, very cute, very cute. So yeah, a lot of different things happening, but the big thing now is what's going to be played at EUIC. We have 2 weeks to find out. People are going to be testing like crazy to find out what is the best deck. I hope Arceus still come out on top. That's what I hope. I hope Arceus comes out on top. That's still one of my favorite picks. I like Arceus and I like how innovative it could be and all the different integral things you could do. So Arceus has a place in my heart and how you get built it anyway because Arceus is a colors type Pokemon. So yeah, I'm excited. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. How do you feel about the regionals come back? I've been excited, especially watching every week and just seeing the coverage of it, it's really exciting. 301 players. Look at something real quick now. 373, 627, and 150. Wow. All right, guys, there we go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. See you tomorrow for Expanded Thursday. Alrighty, bye.